YouTube comic book community, happy Wednesday. You know what that means. New comic book day for Wednesday, February 3rd. Oh my god, I can't believe how stacked this Wednesday was. The most number ones I've seen in a while. Variants, new number ones, first appearances, you name it. Second, third printings. My goodness, this was a haul. If you guys saw my Instagram story or my tweet leading up to the comic talk video for today, this is a stack. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into the indie books, starting off with the new number one from Aftershock. This is Maniac of New York, the variant edition. I think it's a 1 in 15 here from Aftershock. New number one. It's a horror comic, it's a thriller comic, and anyone that wears a mask a la Jason, you know, you gotta check it out. Your boy is here for some more horror. Moving along to another indie studio. This is funny because this has been on solicitations the last 2 months, I think. It's supposed to be coming out every Wednesday. Finally dropped. This is from Black Box Comics, Devil's Dominion number one. Had several YouTubers talking about this book, including Pressable Defects, those guys over there, adding that to their list to look out for, their hot comics for this week. So keep an eye out for that one if you're into indie books. Moving along, we have a second printing. I missed out on the first printing of this, don't know why, but this is A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, based off of the movie. The comic is just as artistic. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly suggest checking it out. It's a very good vampire tale. Comic is no exception. Please read that book if you can get your hands on it. And some more horror here from Dark Horse. We have Fear Case number one from Matt Kint. So we're going to check out what this is about. Something about this case and whoever it gets dealt to is almost like a Ring vibe to it, where you have 3 days to give this case to somebody else or else something happens to them. It almost reminds me of It Follows. Moving along to Boom Studios, we have another number one issue in Luna. This one is about a young girl that finds this commune who kind of something about raising spirits from the dead and, you know, finding her true love, something about that. So it's like got this witchcraft vibe to it, which is really cool. Excited to check that book out. And of course, our girl Jenny Frizen did a beautiful variant cover, so we had to pick that up as well. Any kind of Jenny Frizen art that I see, always have to pick it up. I missed out on the 1 in 25, unfortunate, but at least that cover B was at least cover price, so that's very good on my wallet. All right, IDW now. We have another horror book. There's a lot of horror books this week. Sea of Sorrows, issue number 3, diving into the depths. This is a siren tale, so they're dealing with like these demonic mermaids trying to find this treasure and bring it up, but the treasure is cursed. So are they going to get away with grabbing all this gold, or are they going to plunge into the depths? Moving along, another big book because Star Wars dominated this week. We have Star Wars Adventures issue number 3. This is cover B here. The Darth Maul cover. Star Wars Adventures, the IDW, is more of an all ages book, so anyone can enjoy it. Kids, teenagers, adults, you name it. Great book, great series. Another great series, Ninja Turtles Jennika 2 issue number 4. I believe this might be the final issue for Jennika's second solo arc, and adjusting to her life as a turtle. I thought this one was really cool. It's a new number one here. You guys remember this cartoon from the mid to late 90s on Cartoon Network? This is Transformers Beast Wars issue number 1. If anyone remembers that, I just watched the trailer for Beast Wars again. My goodness, the CGI, the animation for that, very dated, very campy, but it was hot stuff when we were kids. All right, and our last book from IDW, this is a third printing, and of course we had to pick up all the printings. Last Ronin issue number 1, Kevin Eastman doing the artwork on the cover. Had to pick it up. A lot of times second and third and fourth printings go for more money than the first printing, so you just never know. Always got to be on the lookout for them, and it's a lower print than those other printings. That's why they're highly sought after. Okay, now we can move over to Image. We only have 2 books from Image this week. Of course, we have Firepower issue number 8. one of the best martial arts books on the market right now, because surprisingly there's several of them. But Kirkman's doing his thing over there with the Firepower series. And of course, speaking of Kirkman, Walking Dead Deluxe issue number 8 in color. Good stuff. Oh, I lied. There is a new number 1 from Image. This is Deep Beyond issue number 1. We're hypocrites. We're surrounded ourselves with fiction. We celebrate a lifestyle that's never been sustainable, one we don't deserve. It's written on the back there. So what is going on here? We have an astronaut in the water with a giant octopus or squid behind him. I don't know what's happening, but it's a horror book, so we gotta read it. And a new number 1 from Image, of course. And on top of that, Peach Momoko did one of the covers, so we have a Virgin incentive from Peach Momoko for Deep Beyond. And then also a Sketch Ink Peach Momoko cover there. All right, now we can move over to DC. We got plenty from DC this week too. And there's a couple more books here that I'm going to show you guys as well from IDW, but we're going to save that for last. So the first one, we got a new solo series from Man-Bat, so we're going to check that out, see what's happening with Man-Bat. We have Flash Future State issue number 2. Future State Superman and Metropolis issue 2. And we're going to go through these quickly. Swamp Thing issue 2. Anytime DC does any kind of like big event like this, I always pick up everything, so no surprise there. Swamp Thing's probably one of the better reads if you are reading Future State stuff. Harley Quinn issue number 2. We have the B cover for the next Batman issue number 3 with Tim Fox. Wonder Woman issue number 2. The best Future State book, hands down, right here. Read Wonder Woman. Highly, highly encourage you to read Wonder Woman. Let me move these really quick. And of course, we talked about Jenny Frison earlier. She did the variant cover for Wonder Woman issue number 2. Beautiful cover there by Miss Jenny Frison. And these I love because I'm a big fan last year when Jorge Jimenez did the 1 in 25 variants for the majority of the Batman and Detective Comics books of the like the sketch variant covers. So for the second prints for Future State, they decided to do the same thing. So here we have Swamp Thing number 1. Harley Quinn number 1. Unfortunately, the Harley Quinn's got some color rub on the cover. No! The next Batman number 1. And then the next Batman number 2. So those are the only like 1 and 2s that came out, because next Batman and Dark Detective are the only Future State books that have 4 issues coming out in these 2 months. And then finally Wonder Woman issue number 1. So these were the hottest Future State books that got a second printing, and then we're gonna get some more second printings next week as well, so stay tuned for those. And that's gonna do it for DC. We're moving over to Marvel now. The first one we got here is Marvel IDW team up with Marvel Action Origins. It's gonna tell the origins, all ages, for Thanos and Spider-Man. Then we're getting back into Star Wars, so we're gonna check out what's happening in the Star Wars books. Issue number 11 there. Another Shang-Chi book, started a new miniseries here, The Legend of Shang-Chi, as we gear up for the Shang-Chi movie, hopefully arriving in theaters this year. This one I really like. This is a variant cover for the Avengers. Blade, issue number 42, celebrating Black History Month. So all month long, variant covers will have black superheroes donning the covers. So of course we had to pick that up. And make sure you're celebrating Black History Month by checking out black creators, black owned businesses and establishments. Share the love. Strange Academy, issue number 8. Marvel Action Chillers, this is the variant here, issue number 4. Got Riri there on the cover, Iron Man on the cover as well. Very fun all ages book. A little bit of a horror vibe for the kids. Issue 43 of Immortal Hulk. Speaking of horror, Immortal Hulk's been kind of a horror book, honestly, not gonna lie, with all the transformations and all these people ripping out of bodies and whatnot. It's wild. And then we have an homage cover, which was really, really cool. Had to pick it up. Issue 43 of Immortal Hulk there. Now to finish it off, we got the King in Black series, Venom, issue 33. We're starting to see Peter starting to mentor Dylan Brock as Eddie tries to fight his way back to the land of the living, essentially. We got a Ryan Stegman variant cover for 33. Fantastic cover. And then moving into the tie-ins for King in Black, we have Black Knight, issue number 1. Apparently the sword is the key to killing Null, so Black Knight plays an integral part in the King in Black series. So we're going to see what happens in that issue. Moving along, we have Return of the Valkyries, issue number 2. This is the variant, cover B. Really nice cover there. Marauders getting into the action. Marauders number 1, King in Black. See what their involvement is. And then some really cool covers to end the week. We have another Avengers 42 variant, another Timeless, Alex Ross Timeless cover. This one, I don't know why this one's coming so much later than the other ones, but it's out. There's Hawkeye, had to pick it up. Now we officially have all the Alex Ross Timeless variants. And a second printing for the Patrick Gleason Amazing Spider-Man 55 web drawn Spider-Man. So the first one was black and white and this one's in red. So this is a second printing, just as sought after as the other one. And last but not least, for King in Black here, Gwenom vs. Carnage issue number 2. Had to pick up several copies of this because the covers were just amazing. And Mary Jane in a Carnage, in a symbiote suit. I mean, come on, what's not to love? Spoilers. And then the one, I believe this is a 1 in 10 variant here. Beautiful, beautiful yellow there on that cover. All right, guys, and now that brings us to our pick of the week. We have 2 Star Wars High Republic books, starting off with IDW, High Republic Adventures, issue number 1. Several first appearances in this book by IDW. That book's fire right now. If you have not picked up a copy of Star Wars, you're missing out. You're really missing out. And to top it off, we have issue number 2 for the High Republic from Marvel. Issue number 1s are already going $20, $25 raw online. And second print is going for $30, $35 raw. And that's not even to include any of the variant covers. High Republic is the new for Star Wars. It's looking like we're gonna get some content too in the TV and movie sphere, moving along to that High Republic era before the original trilogy. And we also couldn't resist but pick up some of the variants. We got High Republic Adventures with Yoda on the cover. Amazing cover there. And then issue 2 variant for the High Republic. Beautiful. So that's going to do it for the pull list for this week. We did pick up 2 back issue comics that I want to show you guys really quick. I had to pick it up for a good price. This is Uncanny X-Men issue 184. First appearance of Forge. Shout out to the Forge boys and the Butcher over there at Principal Defects. Saw that book, had to pick it up. Very good price. Very good copy too. I'd say that's about a VF plus there. And they had a 1 in 15 variant here. Joe Quesada, House of M. WandaVision is super hot right now. Scarlet Witch is the talk of the town in the Marvel Universe. Had to pick up this book. A little bit more pricier than I was anticipating it to be, but this book will skyrocket in price. Happy to add it to the collection. Wow, man, that's gonna do it. That's it. That was a massive haul of comic books. This might be the reason why I'm a little behind on reading, but rest assured I will get through these books, put those number ones to the top of the list so that we can, you know, have something to discuss in the following weeks coming. King in Black is going strong, Future State is doing its thing, and you know what, 2020 was a year of indies. 2021 is hitting us even harder with these indie books. Highly encourage you to go check out your LCS if available in your town, city, area, what have you, and just support comics. I'm always a big supporter of promoting literacy, and Free Comic Book Day every year does a good job of that, donating to comic stores, to libraries, donations, so on and so forth. So guys, February 10th, next week, of course, we're going to be right here at the Comic Talk, bringing you all the greatest and best books from the indies, DC, and Marvel. So I appreciate it. If you like the video, make sure to drop a comment down below, and be sure to join that Discord where we talk about comics 24/7. Link is down below in the description. So until next time, mahalos guys. Remember to always bag and board 'em.